What's up, y'all? So one of my nice subscribers, man, bro, came through and he mentioned something about Sophie Cunningham, the guard for the Indiana Fever, had a podcast, right? I had no interest in the joint, but I ended up just had nothing to do, just watching some of it or whatever, and it is amazing because I think the point he was trying to get at was it's amazing how, you know, Angel Reese was getting all this flack and criticism for having a podcast, whereas Sophie Cunningham, they're not like they're saying it's just way better than her podcast, and they're not criticizing her, even though if you compare them to as a player, Sophie Cunningham is definitely a bum, okay, compared to like an Angel Reese, right? Not maybe you just compare them as players. So, of course, and I just say them, of course. I mean, that's just the typical privilege that comes with living in America. That's just kind of how it is. And then also, it's part of the hypocrisy of that comes with people who don't like you anyway. So, I mean, if you already don't like Angel Reese, it doesn't take much for you to like come up with something to criticize. Whether she goes shopping somewhere, they're gonna say, well, if she was, in the gym instead of shopping. I don't know if she goes to take a bath or goes out to eat. Well, she should have been in the gym instead of going out to eat, right? Or attending a game. To them, they think that players are like in the gym. I don't know what, 24 hours. Like, I guess anytime they're not like actually playing basketball for their team, they're supposed to be like working on jump shots and working on dribbling or whatever. And then I guess you just go home, eat, and go to bed, maybe take a shit. That's about it, right? So that's the way they act, right? Yeah, when you do. So they don't understand that players literally, and just not just players, but just successful people in general, they kind of set a schedule for themselves that's already planned out, that says something like, okay, I don't know, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. be in the gym. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Okay, eat breakfast. 11 to whatever, go out, watch television, whatever, free time. 12 to such and such. Maybe after appear at for practice with the team meeting, whatever. Your day is kind of planned out all the way up to time you go to bed, right? And people like Angel Reese are going to be like that anyway because they have, people that they're accountable to. They have handlers. They have like managers. All of these different things. So, it's beside the point. But back to Cunningham. Cunningham, I don't quite get here. The part I'm talking about here, she was asked about what Kelsey Plum had said during the meeting when her and Sabrina Nesky were up there doing, the weekend of the All-Star game. And I guess there was an agreement to wear those shirts that they wore as their protest, or that's more so a message sending to the league. Because let's make no mistake, this is the way it goes, right? You unionize, come together as players up against those billionaires, and you're trying to, bring as much leverage as you can or whatever, right? And then what she said was Team Clark was there, right? But somehow these idiots, what they do is they twist it to mean Caitlin Clark specifically, right? Which you just meant that team, which included players other than Caitlin Clark. Okay, AJ Wilson's and Sonia Citrons and whatever. All the players, Sabrina, no, Sabrina might have been on the other side. No, Sabrina was on Caitlin Clark. All the players that were on that side, okay? So that's why Sabrina was bothered by it. She wasn't bothered because Caitlin Clark was brought up. She's bothered because she's on that team and maybe they didn't make it or whatever. Now, despite how you feel about whether Kelsey Plum should have mentioned that or not, which I thought it was just supposed to be a fucking joke. She was laughing at the time, like, you know. But maybe I'm built of a different type of stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't see it as that, big a deal. But Cunningham sounds like one of these damn Clark fans to me. It's like they brought up the same old running bullshit that Clark fans bring up. Why are you mad at this here? This is what we always wanted, and we're gonna make money, and listen, you dumb blonde ass, typical dumb Barbie, Pamela Anderson dumbass. Have y'all gotten a check yet for Caitlin Clark? Like, has there come to you this Caitlin Clark bonus, into your account? Or was there a check that came in the mail that said, here's your Caitlin Clark bonus because Caitlin Clark is now in the league? To my understanding, I haven't heard of anything like that happened. Okay? So, no, there is no, no. There's going to be a process, regardless whether or not Caitlin Clark is there or not. So far, what you've gotten, right, and it has to include more than just Caitlin Clark. Like, this is the stupidity, right, of the whole thing. Caitlin Clark is one little entity that plays for one entity, the Fever. There's other teams that won't get Caitlin Clark unless they got plans where, okay, each team we're going to trade her every 2 years or 3 years, so each team will have a chance to have her, right? Or something like that, so that everybody can get the views from these bumpkins that want to watch her, who think this is some shit they've never seen before because they're all a bunch of casuals who just, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about y'all who think y'all know the game too, y'all bunch of casuals when it comes to the women's game, right? Like, if you really think nobody's ever been that good, like, there's something wrong with y'all. So, Sophie, dumbass, what she has to understand is there's going to be a process to getting the money that all of them have to take part in. They're not going to throw money at all the women just because Caitlin Clark is here. Okay, so that's just a stupid scenario that she tries to put out there, sounding like she's been listening to Caitlin Clark content creators who all, whenever we debate them on these things, they all end up quiet as church mouses because they're all just, I'm not gonna call y'all dumb, but y'all little something going on with y'all, for real. So she sounds like them. They're gonna get the money. It doesn't matter who did it. Blah blah blah. Did you get any money yet, Sophie? Or you just happy because you get to play for the Fever and you got a little check? Well, where your Caitlin Clark money at? Caitlin Clark threw you some bread? Now, maybe, right, if all of a sudden they start getting $1 million checks, shit, they might let Caitlin Clark do whatever she need to do. Let her do a dumbass weak crossover and just shoot threes all day, maybe. But so far, they ain't got no money. There's a process. And part of that process is what Kelsey Plum was talking about. Show the hell up. You know what I mean? Engage in the protests or whatever. Maybe that'll be effective, maybe not. But the point is, y'all gotta have some type of unity going at those millionaires, right? But I think the blonde hair doesn't allow like the brain to work properly or something. This is no shade to blonde haired women. Y'all are great, right? But when you sound like Sophie, they're just so stereotypical of like just the, of Christy from Three's Company, okay? Just a dope, okay? Because that was ridiculous, the way she was talking. That was ridiculous. And for y'all, to act like that's a good show, that's intelligence, something wrong with y'all. That girl's dumb as a bag of rocks. She is. At least that's from what I'm seeing. Okay, like, come on, man. Y'all dudes is bugged all the way out. Bugged all the way out. Okay? No, there's going to be a process. When they sit down at the table, they're going to go at it. They're not just giving out Caitlin Clark checks without the process. Right? Y'all got to cut that out, man. Y'all got to stop it. Y'all got to stop it, man. So anyway, man, we got some games coming up soon that I'll be talking about in a minute. Right now, I got to make me a couple runs. I might even go live in a couple hours, man. I'm thinking on it. You know what I'm saying? So, I'll get with y'all, man. Peace out.